Hey guys, what's up? This is Gary, and today I'm going to be reviewing the J deck by Kowalski. Okay, this review isn't actually going to be very long. I received this deck from Jared at IFC in Chicago, which was in late July. So I've actually had this deck for a while, and I didn't set up for a long time because I didn't have the trucks to go with it. And I really put off the review, so Jared, I apologize for that, but here finally is the review. I really am satisfied and impressed by the performance of this deck. The first thing I noticed was the bright reddish orange sunburst ply at the bottom. I'm not sure if it's dyed, but there's like these really cool spots where it like wasn't dyed if you look in the close up here. And I think it really looks nice. It reminds me of a sunburst guitar, like a Les Paul or something. A second thing I noticed was the shape. The shape is really nice. It's nice and defined. The kicks are pretty high, actually higher than I'm used to. But what I really liked about this deck is the nose and the tail length. I personally don't notice whether I'm using the tail or the nose when I'm fingerboarding. So I like my decks to also reflect that. I like it when the kicks are pretty much symmetrical. Because of that, I don't have to think about whether I'm using the tail or the nose. Concave is, I'd say, about medium. It's higher than what I'm used to in terms of homewood, but that doesn't mean that the concave is very high to begin with, actually. The dips are nice, very defined shape, like I said. And it's a 31 millimeter wide deck. I feel like the deck is about average length. It's a lot bigger than a tech deck, that's for sure, but I'm really satisfied with the size. And craftsmanship, I like the lacquer that he uses on the bottom. I'm not sure how many coats he uses, but it's not really a super shiny finish, but it's enough to protect the bottom of the deck, and it definitely has a nice gloss to it. I see no patchy spots, and really solid craftsmanship. In terms of the performance, I really like the pop. It pops really well. You can listen to the sound of the pop when I do some ollies. Just the sound of the deck is really solid. There's no sort of sogginess coming from the deck, and it's a very nice deck. I think in terms of flip tricks, I just have to get used to it because of the kick height, and I'm not used to the kick height. But it really performs very well, and it doesn't take very long to get used to, which is fairly hard for me because in decks with higher kicks, it generally takes me a long time to get used to, but not this deck. I really like the way the deck performs. I have nothing negative to say about it. The craftsmanship is great. The performance is great. And he's a really nice guy, so you should go get a J deck and support him. Thanks for watching the review.